Hey everybody, Toray here. Another episode of Cawfee Tawk. We're just gonna jump in right into the topic. We got any sponsors going out? Let's start with the sponsors, yo. Sponsor it up, Dan.
Purple drinking cups.
Epic.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards purchasable on any Yu-Gi-Oh site or eBay. I've got what you need. You want cards? I got them. Me. Come to Crazy Hal's.
At Havana's and eBay. Now, gang.
Angel soft toilet paper.
Oh.
For a second, I thought he said angel dust.
No need
And-
explanation. You know what it's used for.
And for me, here we go. The
Really?
original.
Holy cripe.
The original. This is honestly the original. I got this one with Rob, the robot. This is the original Mario's Duck Hunt. Yes. I'm
selling
old
out to Big Brother Mario, huh?
school. I found this when I was thinking of stuff. All right, guys. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go into this topic is rating. Now, coming from I've been a GM of my guild for going on 11 years.
Dead Guild.
Yeah, you have a dead guild. I can't be part.
Dead Guild.
Some asshole. I'm gonna just say an asshole. He said we're a dead guild because we don't talk in chat. Yeah, because if you look in our team speak, there's about maybe 15 people all there yapping. Yap 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 yap.
Oh shit, we use TeamSpeak? I've been in vent this entire time.
I mean,
I'm
I mean vent.
Oh, you gave me a heart attack. I'm talking
I
about
mean
people.
Ventrilo. And yeah, it's just he was an a-hole. So, rating has improved a lot. Like I was saying, GM for 11 years, I've seen bad times. There was great times during Lich King. Kata screwed us over. The guild was pretty in bad shape, Kata.
Kata screwed everybody over.
Into the beginning of MOP, my guild was... We're finally recovering right now with rating. I mean, the guild is strong. There's a lot of people, a lot of active accounts, but rating really took a hurting in Kata in the beginning of MOP because we lacked healers and lacked healers. There was always healers. So when they introduced flex rating, that was a godsend. I mean, honestly,
That saved everything. Yeah.
because a lot of times we had healers. We were always struggling for healers, but we always had DPS on the sidelines that wanted to raid with us, and they couldn't because we already had our 5 DPS. So with flex rating, it helped out the guild, helped my guild a lot. And we're finally, at a point where we're raiding every week. There was a point in time where I used to get scared to come in on a Tuesday and say, guys,
Who called out?
we can't raid tonight. So and so called out, or I still haven't got a healer. I'm sorry. That was going on for like 3 months straight. We haven't raided, and that's why the beginning of MOP we just weren't anywhere in competitive. We weren't competing. At least now we finally caught up and we're in 5 bosses down in SOO.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah. Well,
5
yeah.
bosses down. 5 bosses down in normal. Normal.
Yeah.
So
And we're what? 7 in Flex?
7 in
7
flex.
in flex, yeah.
7 in flex.
Yeah.
So rating has really changed a lot. Now, for me, I don't touch LFR, as you guys know. I cannot stand LFR. It turns my stomach going into LFR because people are just assholes there.
I did it for the
They're
cloak.
nasty. They're so nasty. I just can't get into an LFR. Either they're morons, or they're just egotistical trolls that just want to just make your life miserable. And I just don't want to deal with it. If I want to down stuff, I down it with the guild. But rating has changed for a bonus, especially going into Warlords Draenor with the flex being a normal raid now.
Normal and heroic.
A normal and heroic. So that's going to be really good. So going down the line, what are your thoughts on rating for Warlords? Dan.
I like the fact that they're getting rid of 10 man and 25 and making things pretty much
Bring what you
a
can.
a flex type thing, because it's going to eliminate the time that, oh, we can't do it because we need 25 people, we only have 24. So it's going to help those guilds who have 10 mans who have an overabundance of people, but not everybody can come because you got 10 slots. This way, you could pretty much bring whoever you want to, and the difficulty will increase as it goes.
Flex should have been starting at 8 people, I think.
See, I thought that before, and then if you do it that way, if it's that way, what's to stop them from just putting out 5-man rating content or 4?
But most of the time, you're down to a healer. Like you can't do a 10-man because you're down to 1 healer.
But if you go to an 8-man, there's going to be even more stress on that healer who was finding it weak in 10-man. You got to think of it from both sides. I started thinking of it a little bit more, because we've noticed it. When we bring more people to a ratio to a healer, what happens? Usually we have to pick up a 3rd healer or something, right? When we go lower, our healers are kind of evened out, but we notice that there's one that's really weak or one that's really high up there. If you did it to 8 people, the ratio for DPS to healer, not good. Because you're still going to need at least 2 healers.
Yeah.
So.
But speaking from my end, how many raids I've canceled because we only had 2 healers.
Yeah.
We had 9 people, and it was we were short 1 healer. It kind of sucks to we have 9 people that are ready to raid, but I can't find 1 healer.
That also had to attribute to the fact that our server was kind of dead.
Yeah, now it's okay. It's
a little bit better.
A little bit better, because we merged with Far Strider and Silverhand, and we're probably gonna merge again. Because
probably with Wormrest.
Is Feathermoon a RP server?
Yes.
I saw it was low, so it might be merging with us. Because we're medium now, and that was low. So that might be merged with us. So, Hal, you?
I think it's great. I think that the addition of Flex was something that we needed a long time ago. Because as...
you into raiding, you really weren't much of a raider.
I wasn't much of a raider in Kata and Mop for the first of it until I joined you guys.
And now you're kicking ass, so you're in the top 3 on DPS.
Yeah, I'm in one of the top 3. I didn't raid in BC, and I know you know that because the one raiding video I put out, I was in Karazhan passing on stuff because I didn't want to get it before Wrath of the Lich King because I thought it was just going to be replaced. And you remember that because you tried so desperately to get me to join your guild.
Yes. I remember.
In Wrath, I was a raid leader. First time raid leader because we had 21 people wanting to raid, but we were only a 10-man guild. I said, why don't I take these other people who you've deemed not in the top 10, and I'll go raid. And I took Group B farther than Group A in the first week.
Did they get really pissed at you for that?
Then they got really pissed at me, and then wanted to take someone from Group A and put them into Group B to take over my raid leading position. So what I did was I purposely wiped us a whole bunch of times and told the guild to fuck off. And I left. But I hated telling people like you, we can't do this raid tonight because we're missing somebody. What hurt me the most is telling people you can't come because he does more DPS. Or this person puts out more healing per second. I had 4 healers wanting to come with us. Well, we had no problem for healers, but I can only take 2. Or 3 for Velithra. So, I had the reverse, choices to have to make, but I hated telling people that they couldn't come. That was the only thing.
Yeah, I just to jump in a little bit on what Hal's been saying. During the beginning of Mists of Pandora, I was with a high tier raiding guild, and no, this was before Hobbs. This was before Hobbs.
I know Hobbs.
Yeah, I still know Hobbs, but this was before Hobbs. Uh, I and it's why I got into Hobbs's guild. They told me basically that they were moving from 25 man to 15 man to 10 to 20. Bleh. They were moving from 25 to 15 to 10 man rating, and that they were not going to be able to have me because my DPS was not good, and my DPS was not good because I wasn't getting gear, and so that's when I jumped to Hobbs. And I told Hobbs, I was originally wanting to do it on my hunter, but I couldn't get him to 90 quick enough. So I ended up transferring Dan Show over to Hobbs's guild to raid because they didn't have space for me because they were going from 25 to 10, and my DPS wasn't good enough for a 10.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hate telling people that, and it creates situations like Dan was in where his only choice was to transfer off and go to a guild that wanted to have him.
I mean,
like me actually
these are the
getting
options. Your
while being
DPS
raid.
is too low. We'll help you. I hate when people, you try to help them out.
No, that's the thing, though. Oh, I said, I'll help you, but this guy has seniority over you. He's been in our raid group since it was made. He was like you in Group A. No one wanted to take him. I said, make Group C. You could probably pull a Group C off. Like, we had enough people to do it. But it was people who were in Danny's situation. They took it like, oh, he doesn't want to help me. It's not that I didn't want to help people. It's that I didn't have time. I was raid leading.
See, I have a rule, and I get a lot of shit for it, but I know I stand by my rule. You might have seniority, but if you leave raid group 1, your spot's gone. You can't come back, say, oh, I decided to play, I want my spot back. I'm sorry, you left.
I agree with you. I use that too. But the people who I said that had seniority were the people that are showing up every week. This guy who wanted to come with us, who was a DPS, he didn't show up all the time, but he did want to come raid. And I said, well, if this guy had steps out, you'd come. But that's about it.
Yeah, to be a
That
backup.
happened with me.
But-
With me. With our raid group.
But now, we can.
Nalagag was a backup, and then when the spot opened, boom, he's in.
Fuck it. I was off at the spot. I didn't want it.
You had some schedule conflicts.
There was schedule conflicts, and there still is.
and whenever we need you, like, hey, Hal, you're free tonight? Boom, he comes in, he kicks ass.
Yep.
Now, if it's Flex, I'll be like, Hal, you want to come in? We're gonna be doing it.
I don't want to brag, but I kind of put the guild up on my shoulders and strut around a little bit,
But
there.
when it comes to Warlords of Draenor, I'm like, yo, Hal, we're doing it. Are you at least? My rules are, at least you're gem enchanted, and I always set like a minimum gear requirement.
And I'm
which
going
is
to tell
not-
you, no, fuck you. You're going to take me anyway. And you'll take me.
Like for flex rating, 515 is really not a lot to ask for flex wing 1 and 2. I know wing 3 and 4 you need a little higher, but that's not bad. I mean, so I usually set something minimal and I'm going to do that for Warlords too. See what it is, and get everybody in there.
Oh, we're going to hit Warlords hard, man. We're going to hit it hard.
With the flex mode version now and normal,
Need this help?
yeah, it's going to need 2 of those.
We're going to hit it hard. We're going to make it our bitch, and it's going to need to clean up after itself after it messes
Nah.
up.
Also have this.
He's-
Also have this if you
Yep.
need it.
He's
Whoa.
He's gonna need it. He's gonna hit it so hard that he won't even need toilet paper because it's gonna be like it's just gonna go straight down.
It goes.
No, yes. No
Anyways.
need to wipe.
No need. Completely wipe free.
All right. So now, your thoughts on rating?
My thoughts with the Warlords of Draenor with going with basically like flags. I think I kind of think it's a neat idea, especially in some of our situation because we have our own raid group, but there are people who are not in the raid group who wants to raid.
Like Doi.
Which is Doi.
Whenever he can
Birds.
jump in.
Yeah.
And there's other people,
Yeah.
but we'll talk about them when we're not recording.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the mythic rating. Considering there's a lot of guilds who are 25 man, but mythic is 25. It's only 20 man.
To be honest, I don't see us ever doing mythic.
Mainly because
when
it's more stressful than anything.
It's more stressful. I can see us doing heroic, but mythic I just can't see us because I don't want to be that egotistical asshole that right. We're kind of a laid back guild. We do our rating, we do our progression, but I don't.
But there's nothing to say that if we do hit warlords hard and the content seems to be good enough that we can do it without losing ourselves.
We do it, yeah.
Hell yeah, we'll go hit some mythic content. But that again, it's not going to really affect us because I know Tor's Guild's mainly always been 10 man, except for in Wrath when they did 25s.
Lately, it's been
we get about 15, 16
12 to
people.
15, 12 to 15, yeah.
Also, one other thing I'd be concerned about was also what Blizzard said was they're reducing every single tier to one down. So basically, heroic is going to be like normal is going to be like flex, and flex is going to be like LFR. They might lead into another topic. What's the only question?
No, well, there's no more flex.
Well,
flex
Flex is
itself
normal.
is gone. It's gone. It's
Right.
normal.
Flex is
and
gone.
Then heroic is.
We were beta testing flex. That's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Heroic is normal. Normal will still be normal, but it's technically easier because it's adjusting.
It scales.
It's adjusting. Mythic is the new hardcore heroic rating.
That's for method and all.
That's for method, Nihilum, Blood Legion. All those
Korean-based guilds.
Exactly, all the European guilds, especially. They were looking forward to these 20-mans because 10-man rating, they didn't have enough for 25, but they had enough for 10.
And I can't even imagine how hard mythical is going to be because it has to be really hard. Basically, they did it for like those guilds. Those guilds are the ones that are going to be doing mythical, and if they got to really toss in a challenge there for them.
Yeah, if they're clearing it like heroic SOO in the first 2 weeks, they're not going to be impressed.
Yeah, they're going to make mythical that it's going to take at least a month, a little more than a month to clear.
And since world firsts are gone, they're actually not going to rush and try to break.
No more races, yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of be a race, but it's just going to be like official.
It's going to be a race for
rights.
bragging rights, yeah.
That's all it's going to be.
It's like, oh, I heard Blood Legion down this boss, and Method's just all like, shit. We're downing the next boss.
We'll one-up you.
We're going to sit here for 8 hours and kill this boss.
Everyone, get your bottles ready. We're not leaving.
Get the catheters in.
I got the
But
toilet
back
paper.
onto a... But
Ma!
back to
Bathroom!
Toray.
Bathroom, ma!
Toray, what is your opinion?
I'm gonna really enjoy this whole rating. Like I said before, coming from, where the guild's rating was almost none, and I was afraid to get on Vent. I told people, I really hate Tuesdays. Because getting on, it was like, guys, yeah, we can't raid tonight. And I must have said that for like 4 or 5 weeks straight. Because we were always short a healer. At a point, we were short a tank. And
then everybody went silent and Vent.
And then Dan's like, hey,
With
I could do a
table.
tank for you. I was like, Dan's going to do a tank? All right. And we went in and we started kicking ass. And when we got Death and Acra, that's when everything turned around.
You're welcome.
Someone was talking?
Yes, you're welcome. Death wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for me.
For your handouts.
If it wasn't for me.
Haven's like, hey, can you spare some game time?
Spare some game time for SWTOR?
You want
Please?
more? But yeah, since it turned around, and with Flex, I mean, there was people on the sidelines that wish they could raid. I mean, even you. There was times where you wanted to raid, and we
I
couldn't.
wanted to raid, yeah. And I could.
And Doi, main reason Doi came over because he wanted to raid, and now with Flex, he can actually, oh guys, I'm here. Okay, Doi's here. Bring him in. We'll bring him in, and he can raid. And if he has to go, oh well, it doesn't hurt the raid. It just gets easier because the boss has less health.
Technically, no, doesn't get easier.
It technically it doesn't, but it kind of it doesn't make it harder. You're not short-handed.
In the sense of the bosses has less health. Our DPS are still putting out the same amount of DPS when Doi was here. Yeah, it's a little easier, but it's still relatively the same. Still relatively the same.
But it's gonna help out raiding in a lot. I mean, a lot of those guilds.
I can't wait for it. I can't. It's gonna be so good. I think we're gonna hit it hard and we're gonna hit it fast. I think we're gonna go.
Oh baby.
Yeah, I know. I'm not.
Spank it.
I'm not just a one-pump chump.
It's
Nalagag,
yeah.
you gotta pass me that toilet paper, man.
He's ran out of tissues.
Catch it.
Use a sock.
Oh, sweet. Shit.
Wait
a minute. It turned into a shake weight. What the hell?
Oh my God.
It's magic.
What the hell? That's magic. Oh, here, take it back.
All right. So, any other things you want to toss into this? I mean, Hal?
No, I just think it's going to be really good for guilds like us who had people that want to come, but we just didn't have the room.
And we come from a small server, not from a small guild, because we got about 500 tunes and about 200 active accounts.
Yeah, so we're about half the guild is.
Yeah. So it's not like just today I was like, oh my god, someone's spamming. Yeah, we have a guild. We have over 750
members.
Yeah. I'm like, how many of those are active? How many of those are alts? Yeah, it's one person with a whole bunch of alts.
It's prepared
God, it's the multi-boxer.
It's the multi-boxer. Oh, thank goodness I'm Horde.
And RP server.
I wonder if he's going to transfer to Sargeras to go after Hobbs.
Nah, he's only after Swifty.
Yeah.
He's
Swifty
there to make
soda.
Swifty.
Speaking of which, that's our second raiding guild.
I already told Hobbs, Hobbs, I'm a backup. I do enough raiding with my guild. If something bad happens and I'm free, I will step in there for you, but don't count me as a raider for there.
See, that's where you and I differ, because I'm gonna be like, oh, what's that? You need a heroic tier death knight? Yeah? I'm
Fuck
on
you,
my
Toray.
way. Fuck you, Toray. Hell, we're doing progression tonight. Screw you. Hobbs wants me.
I know Hobbs.
I think you don't see me for 2 weeks.
All right, so that's pretty much it. That was a quick little thing, but it's what the hell's that sound? Dan's got an evil look at his face when that sound goes off. He's like, what the hell, Dan?
Dan's like, that was 10 grand and a left nut.
No,
Tell me what movie that's from in the comments below. Don't say it now.
Aw.
Comments below.
I'm playing Defiance as we stream.
That's what it is.
Alright, so that's pretty much it. It is movie night. I'm gonna go watch a movie with my wife.
It's porn night, Nalagag. I'll meet you in the shed.
Back to back.
We don't look in the eyes. Never the eyes.
Alright, everybody. Later. Until next week's Cawfee Talk. Peace.